Internal auditing is a systematic process. It is an independent and objective activity. The main purpose is to add value and improve an organization's operations. Think of it as a helpful checkup for the company's internal processes. It is not about finding fault or placing blame on individuals. Instead, it is a constructive review designed to see how things are working. The audit looks at whether the established procedures and policies are being followed correctly by everyone. It provides a clear picture of the company's health from the inside, ensuring that all parts of the system are functioning as they were designed to. The scope of an internal audit is quite broad. It covers various aspects of the business, from quality management to environmental safety and information security. The auditor, who is often an employee of the company but independent of the area being audited, collects evidence. This evidence helps them form an opinion on the effectiveness of the controls in place. They examine documents, observe activities, and talk to people. This methodical approach ensures that the findings are based on facts, not assumptions. The goal is to provide management with reliable information they can use to make informed decisions about the company's direction and operational efficiency. An internal audit essentially asks a simple question: are we doing what we say we do? It compares the company's written procedures, the say part, with the actual day-to-day activities, the do part. This comparison is vital for maintaining consistency and quality. When there is a gap between the documented process and the real-world application, the audit identifies it. This identification is the first step towards improvement. It allows the organization to address inconsistencies before they develop into more significant problems, thereby protecting the integrity of its management system and the quality of its products or services. Ultimately, internal auditing serves as a proactive management tool. It is not a reactive measure taken only when something goes wrong. Regular audits help to identify potential risks and areas for improvement before they can negatively impact the business. This forward-looking perspective is what makes internal auditing so powerful. It helps the organization to stay on track with its objectives, maintain high standards, and continuously evolve. By providing a clear and unbiased assessment of its internal workings, the audit process empowers a company to strengthen its foundations and build a more resilient and successful future. Many organizations choose to implement management systems based on international standards, such as ISO 9001 for quality, ISO 14001 for environment, or ISO 27001 for information security. A key requirement across these standards is the need to conduct regular internal audits. This is not an optional activity or a nice-to-have feature. It is a mandatory element for any organization wishing to achieve and maintain its ISO certification. The standards recognize that without a mechanism for self-assessment, a management system can quickly become outdated or ineffective. Internal audits provide this essential feedback loop. The specific requirement for internal auditing is clearly stated within the ISO standards. For instance, in the widely adopted ISO 9001, 2015 standard for quality management systems, this mandate is found in Clause 9.2, Internal Audit. This clause outlines what is expected of the organization. It requires the company to conduct internal audits at planned intervals. The purpose is to provide information on whether the management system conforms to the organization's own requirements and the requirements of the standard itself. It also checks if the system is effectively implemented and maintained. This ISO requirement ensures that the management system is not just a set of documents sitting on a shelf. It forces the organization to actively engage with its own processes. By planning and executing audits, the company demonstrates a commitment to its own rules and to the principles of the ISO standard it has adopted. The audit program must be carefully planned, taking into account the importance of the processes concerned, changes affecting the organization, and the results of previous audits. This structured approach guarantees that the audit efforts are focused where they are needed most, making the process both efficient and effective. Fulfilling the requirements of Clause 9.2 is fundamental to the entire ISO certification cycle. The findings from internal audits are a critical input for the management review process, which is another key requirement. External auditors, who come to assess the company for certification, will always check the internal audit records thoroughly. They want to see evidence that the company is capable of examining itself honestly and taking corrective action when needed. A robust internal audit program is therefore a strong indicator of a healthy and mature management system, showing that the organization is truly in control of its processes. While internal audits are essential for meeting ISO requirements, their value extends far beyond simple compliance. A primary function of an internal audit is to test whether the management system is truly working in practice. It is one thing to have a well-written procedure, but it is another to see if that procedure is effective, efficient, and practical for the people who have to use it every day. The audit acts as a reality check, moving from the theoretical world of documents to the practical world of daily operations. It helps to determine if the system is achieving its intended results. An audit provides a unique opportunity to verify the effectiveness of processes. For example, a procedure might be designed to ensure product quality, but is it actually preventing defects? An internal auditor can investigate this by tracing a product through the production line, checking records, and observing the steps taken. If they find that the procedure is cumbersome, causing delays, or being bypassed by employees, this is a crucial finding. It indicates that the system is not working as intended. This type of evaluation helps management understand the real-world performance of their system, not just its documented design. Furthermore, internal audits help to confirm that the management system is not just implemented, but also maintained. Systems can degrade over time if they are not actively managed. People change roles, new equipment is introduced, and informal workarounds can become common practice. An internal audit helps to detect this drift. It ensures that the system remains alive and relevant to the current business environment. By regularly checking on the health of the system, the organization can take timely action to correct any deviations and reinforce the correct procedures, ensuring long-term stability and performance. This evaluation process is not about catching people out. It is about improving the system for everyone's benefit. When an audit reveals that a process is not functioning well, it is an opportunity for positive change. The findings provide objective evidence that can be used to justify improvements, whether that means rewriting a procedure, providing more training, or investing in better tools. In this way, the internal audit becomes a powerful catalyst for practical, meaningful improvement, ensuring the management system delivers real value to the organization rather than just fulfilling a requirement on a checklist. One of the most valuable, yet often overlooked aspects of an internal audit is the opportunity for communication. The audit process creates a formal channel for the auditor to speak directly with the people who use the system every day. These are the individuals on the shop floor, in the office, or out in the field. They have first-hand experience with the processes and often have brilliant ideas for how things could be made better, simpler, or more efficient. An audit is not just an inspection. It is a conversation where this valuable grassroots feedback can be heard and documented. A skilled auditor knows how to listen. They go beyond the checklist of questions and engage employees in a genuine dialogue. They might ask questions like, "What is the most frustrating part of this process?" Or, "If you could change one thing to make your job easier, what would it be?" The answers to these questions can reveal insights that would never be found by simply reviewing documents. This feedback from system users is pure gold. It can highlight hidden inefficiencies, unnecessary bureaucracy, or practical challenges that management may be completely unaware of, providing a clear path for targeted improvements. This collaborative approach helps the management system to grow and adapt to the company's unique culture and needs. A system that is imposed from the top down without considering the reality of daily work is likely to be resisted or ignored. However, when employees see that their feedback from an audit leads to positive changes, they become more engaged with the system. They start to see it as their own, something they can contribute to and improve. This sense of ownership is crucial for the long-term success of any management system, transforming it from a rigid set of rules into a flexible and evolving framework. In conclusion, the importance of regular internal audits cannot be overstated. They are far more than a simple compliance activity. They are a fundamental tool for checking that the system works, for listening to valuable user feedback, and for driving continuous improvement. By embracing internal audits as an opportunity for dialogue and growth, an organization can ensure its management system remains robust, effective, and perfectly aligned with its operational needs. Regular audits are the heartbeat that keeps the system alive, responsive, and truly useful, unlocking its full power to support the company's success.